Lungs are a pair of respiratory organs which are located within the thoracic cavity on either sides of mediastinum. Mediastinum is occupied by the heart. So, to the right side of the heart, the right lung is located. To the left side of the heart, the left lung is located. So, right lung is resting over the right dome of the diaphragm and left lung is resting over the left dome of the diaphragm. So, now today we are going to see about lungs in detail. Hi students, today we are going to learn about the lungs. So lungs are a pair of respiratory organs which are located within the thoracic cavity. So each lung is invaginated into the corresponding pleural cavity during development. So the lungs appears to be very spongy in texture. So in young age, the lungs appears to be brown or grey in color. Then gradually it becomes changed into a mottled black due to the deposition of inhaled carbon particles. Then covering of the lungs. So lungs are covered by pleura. So pleura are of two types, pulmonary or visceral pleura, then parietal pleura. So two pleuras, so in which pulmonary or visceral pleura, which is closely covers the entire lung, which cannot be stripped out. It has to adhere with the lung, except the hilum of the lung. All other areas of lung are covered by pulmonary pleura or visceral pleura. And next is a parietal pleura. So parietal pleura, which will be present outside the visceral pleura. Parietal pleura is divided into four types. The types are costal pleura, diaphragmatic pleura, cervical pleura and mediastinal pleura. Okay. So now each lung is conical in shape. So if any structure is conical in shape, it will be having apex and base. So now I am holding the left lung. So this is the position left lung. So lung is conical in shape. It has an apex which lies at the upper end. So this is the base which is resting on the diaphragm. Then it has borders. Borders are anterior border, then posterior border, then inferior border. So anterior border, posterior border, then inferior border. Surfaces are costal surface, medial surface, this is medial surface, and this is base or inferior surface or diaphragmatic surface. So now, so parietal pleura are four types, into which the costal pleura, which covers the entire costal surface of lung, or else it covers the inner aspect of thoracic cage, the thoracic cage which constitutes the ribs and their intercostal spaces. So costal surface is covered by costal pleura. Then this is the apex of lung. So apex of lung, which may extends into the neck region, so which is covered by cervical pleura. So cervical pleura, it is covered by suprapleural membrane. So costal pleura over, cervical pleura over. And next this one is the medial surface. So medial surface of the lung. Medial surface of the lung, which is divided into posterior part and anterior part. So posterior part is called as vertebral part and anterior part is called as mediastinal part. So this mediastinal part is covered by mediastinal pleura. Then this is the base or inferior surface or diaphragmatic surface. So this surface is covered by the diaphragmatic pleura. So the diaphragmatic surface which will be resting on the diaphragm. So diaphragmatic pleura which lines the superior surface of the diaphragm and it covers the base of lung. So now let's move on to the external features of lung. I told you the lung is having apex, base, three borders like anterior border, posterior border and inferior border. Surfaces are medial surface, costal surface, base is also called as diaphragmatic or inferior surface. So now let's move on to the each individual external features. So coming to the apex. So apex is blunt and it extends into the neck region, which is covered by cervical pleura and suprapleural membrane. So apex, it extends into the neck and it lies 2.5 centimeter above the medial 1/3 of clavicle. So apex is covered by cervical pleura and suprapleural membrane. Then next is a base. So base I already told you, it is covered by diaphragmatic pleura. So it is resting on the diaphragm. So it is covered by diaphragmatic pleura. So now the diaphragm is separating the left lung from left lobe of liver, then fundus of stomach and spleen. Then so this is the base of right lung. Base of right lung, the diaphragm which separates the right lung from right lobe of liver. So apex over and base over. So now borders. Borders, I told you three borders are there. One is anterior border, it should be anterior, and this is posterior border, and you have here as the inferior border. So now, so anterior border for a right lung, it is vertical in nature. See this, anterior border of right lung is vertical in nature and it is very thinner. Anterior border is thinner. Then posterior border, it is thick and it is ill-defined border. Posterior border is thick and it is ill-defined border. It extends from 7th cervical spine to the 10th thoracic spine. 7th cervical spine to the 10th thoracic spine. And this posterior border corresponds to the medial end of the head of the ribs. Medial end of the head of the ribs. Then next is inferior border. So inferior border separates base from medial surface and also from costal surface. So inferior border, it separates base from costal surface and medial surface. So next is the surfaces. So surfaces are the costal surface, inferior or diaphragmatic surface, which is also called as base, then medial surface. Costal surface, medial surface, base or diaphragmatic surface or inferior surface. So the base or diaphragmatic surface already over. So next is costal surface. So costal surface is large and it is convex in nature and it is also appears to be smooth in nature. Costal surface is large, smooth and it is convex. Then medial surface. So this is medial surface. Medial surface. So medial surface is subdivided into two parts, anterior or mediastinal part, posterior or vertebral part. And posterior parts, the vertebral part is related to vertebral bodies, intervertebral disc, posterior intercostal arteries and splanchnic nerves. So posterior border over, posterior part or vertebral part over. Then the mediastinal part, anterior part or mediastinal part, it shows cardiac impression, hilum, and number of other impressions which are produced by other structures. So this cardiac impression and other impressions may vary between two lungs, like right lung and left lung. So now what are the chambers forming cardiac impression and what are the structures forming other impressions in right lung as well as left lung. So first, this lung is a right lung. So what are the chambers forming cardiac impression? So now this is the right lung and you have here is a heart. So heart will be lying like this. Okay. So now cardiac impression is produced by right atrium, right auricle and small part of right ventricle. Right atrium, right auricle, small part of right ventricle. So this is the cardiac impression. So this impression is produced by right atrium, right auricle and right ventricle. Then what are the other impressions which are present in the right lung? So now here is the impression for superior vena cava. And this is the impression for right brachiocephalic vein. Superior vena cava, right brachiocephalic vein. And here will be the impression for inferior vena cava. So between here a nerve extending is called as right phrenic nerve. Then this area is called as hilum. Hilum is nothing but a space through which some structures will be entering and some structures will be leaving. So this is called as hilum. So just above the hilum, structure related is called as arch of azygos vein. So just above to that, the impression present are the trachea impression and esophageal impression. So esophageal impression which will be presenting above the arch of azygos vein as well as it descends downwards just behind the hilum. So here is the arch of azygos vein impression, trachea impression and esophagus impression. So between the trachea and esophagus, a nerve present is called as right vagus nerve. So this is left lung. The anterior border of left lung is not vertical. It shows a concavity which is called as a cardiac notch. So anterior border of left lung is not a vertical one. So it shows a wide cardiac notch just below the level of fourth costal cartilage. So this is the difference of right lung and left lung. So for right lung, the anterior border is vertical, whereas for left lung, the anterior border it shows a wide cardiac notch. Then next is medial surface of left lung. So here is the cardiac impression, a number of other impressions which are present over here and presence of hilum. So hilum I already told you, hilum is a space through which some structures which are entering and leaving the lung. So now here is the cardiac impression. So what are the chambers forming cardiac impression? So cardiac impression. So here will be the chambers which are forming the cardiac impression. So now chambers are left ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle, left auricle and infundibulum of right ventricle. Left ventricle, left auricle, infundibulum of right ventricle. So cardiac impression is here. So the impression is produced by three chambers. One is left auricle, left ventricle, infundibulum of right ventricle. Now, what are the other impressions which are present in the left lung? So now, here is a hilum, anterior border is this one and posterior border is here. Just in front of hilum, the pulmonary trunk is forming a impression. Just above the hilum, arch of aorta is forming an impression. Just behind the hilum, descending thoracic aorta is forming the impression. Then, just above the arch of aorta, you have here as an impression. Forming structures are the trachea, thoracic duct, then esophagus. Trachea, thoracic duct and esophagus. Then in between, the nerve related is left vagus nerve. Left vagus nerve. Then just close to the arch of aorta, a nerve related is left recurrent laryngeal nerve. Left recurrent laryngeal nerve. Then over here, left subclavian artery is related and forming a impression. Then next is lobes and fissures for each lung. So right lung is divided into 3 lobes, upper lobe, middle lobe and lower lobe by 2 fissures. One is oblique fissure and another one is horizontal fissure. This is for right lung. And for left lung, the left lung is divided into 2 lobes, upper lobe and lower lobe by only one fissure called as oblique fissure. So left lung is divided into 2 lobes, upper lobe and lower lobe by one oblique fissure. Only one fissure which is called as oblique fissure. So now I told you the anterior border of left lung is not a vertical one. It shows a wide cardiac notch, lies at below the fourth costal cartilage. So just below the cardiac notch, a tongue-like projection is there which is called as lingula. So this lingula is corresponding to the middle lobe of the right lung. So lingula which will be present in left lung only. So corresponding to the lingula in the right lung, the middle lobe is present. And next is the root of lung. What is mean by root of lung? So root of lung is nothing but the structures which are providing connection between mediastinum and medial surface of lung, which means the structures which are entering and leaving the lung are called as root of lung. So what are the structures forming root of lung? So first structure is principal bronchus. Principal bronchus which is for left side. Principal bronchus which is for left side, and for right side there is eparterial bronchus and hyparterial bronchus. So two bronchus which will be entering inside the lung. So I told you root is nothing but structures which are entering and leaving. So those two are forming the root of lung. For left lung, it is forming principal bronchus, and for right lung, the root is formed by the eparterial bronchus and hyparterial bronchus. Then pulmonary artery. For both the lung, there is pulmonary artery. Only one pulmonary artery for both the sides. Then for both the lung, there are two pulmonary veins. One is superior pulmonary vein and inferior pulmonary vein. Superior pulmonary vein and inferior pulmonary vein. So here also superior pulmonary vein and inferior pulmonary vein. Then bronchial arteries. So bronchial arteries, for right side there is one bronchial artery. Then for left side there are two bronchial arteries. Then next root structure is bronchial veins. Here one bronchial vein and here one bronchial vein. Then apart from this, just anterior to the hilum, anterior pulmonary plexus of nerves, posterior to the hilum, posterior pulmonary plexus of nerves, which are forming the root structure. For both the lungs, anterior pulmonary plexus of nerves and posterior pulmonary plexus of nerves. Then other structures are the other root structures are areolar tissue, lymphatics and bronchopulmonary lymph nodes. Then next is arrangement of structures in the root. For left lung and for right lung, the arrangement of structures from anterior to posterior both are same. The mnemonics is SPB. The arrangement of structures in the root from anterior to posterior for both the lungs, the structures are same. First structure is superior pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery and bronchus, SPB. Superior pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery and bronchus. This is for left lung. And also for right lung, the arrangement from anterior to posterior is same. One is superior pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery and bronchus. Superior pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery and bronchus. Then above downwards arrangement. So the above downwards arrangement is differ for right lung as well as left lung. So for left lung, the arrangement from above downwards is PBI. The mnemonics is PBI. P represents pulmonary artery and B represents bronchus and I represents inferior pulmonary vein. So arrangement of structures from above downwards: pulmonary artery, bronchus, inferior pulmonary vein. This is for left lung. And for right lung, the arrangement of structures from above downwards are EPHI. Mnemonics is EPHI. The structures are the epiarterial bronchus, epiarterial bronchus, pulmonary artery, hypoarterial bronchus, inferior pulmonary vein. So, arrangement of structures in the root from anterior to posterior for both the lungs are SPB, superior pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery and bronchus. And here also superior pulmonary vein, pulmonary artery, bronchus from anterior to posterior. So above downwards arrangement are for right side epiarterial bronchus, pulmonary artery, hypoarterial bronchus, inferior pulmonary vein. EPHI for right lung. And for left lung, the above downwards arrangement is PBI, pulmonary artery, bronchus, inferior pulmonary vein. Anatomical position of the lungs. So for anatomical position, you have to know apex, anterior border, base and medial surface, posterior border. Okay, so you have to hold your palm like this and you have to place the lung where the base of the lung should be resting on the palm, in which the anterior border should faces anteriorly and base should be resting on your palm and the posterior border should be posteriorly and apex should be pointing upwards. So I am holding anterior border is here, it is facing anteriorly. The base should be resting on the diaphragm. Here my diaphragm is assume as my palm is like a diaphragm, and this should be medial surface should be facing medially. So now this is the left lung. How anterior border should be facing anteriorly, medial surface should be facing medially and base is resting on the diaphragm and posterior border is facing posteriorly. So this is left lung. So for right lung, You have to hold it in the same way, that the base should be resting on the palm, that is on the diaphragm. Apex should be facing upwards, and anterior border should be facing anteriorly, and medial surface should be facing medially. Posterior border should faces posteriorly. How will you identify the side of the lung? So, for right lung, the anterior border is a straight border. It is a vertical border. The anterior border of right lung is a vertical border. Anterior border of left lung, it shows a wide cardiac notch. So this is the first point for identification. Anterior border of right lung is vertical, and anterior border of left lung, it shows a wide cardiac notch. It is not a straight border. Then next is lobes and fissures for side determination. So this is right lung. How you have to identify? So presence of lobes and fissures. So right lung is having 3 lobes: upper lobe, middle lobe and lower lobe. The presence of fissures are oblique fissure and horizontal fissure. This is for right lung. With this you can identify the side. For left lung, only 2 lobes are present, upper lobe and lower lobe. There is only one fissure is present, which is called as oblique fissure. So 2 lobes and 1 fissure for left lung, and 3 lobes and 2 fissure for right lung. The difference between right lung and left lung. So this is the left lung. So left lung, the anterior border of left lung, it shows a wide cardiac notch. Then anterior border of right lung, it is vertical. There is no cardiac notch in this. The anterior border of right lung is vertical, but the anterior border of left lung, it shows a wide cardiac notch. Then the left lung has 2 lobes and only 1 fissure, which is called as oblique fissure, and the lobes are upper lobe and lower lobe. For right lung, there are 3 lobes and 2 fissure. 3 lobes are upper lobe, middle lobe and lower lobe. Fissures are oblique fissure and horizontal fissure. Then the right lung is shorter and wider, whereas the left lung is longer and narrower. Left lung is longer and narrower. Then the weight of the right lung is 700 grams weight, whereas the left lung weight is 600 grams weight. So these are all the differences. Differences are, one is anterior border of right lung is vertical, whereas for left lung it shows a wide cardiac notch. Then lobes and fissure, left lung it shows only 2 lobes and 1 fissure, and for right lung it shows 3 lobes and 2 fissure, upper lobe, middle lobe and lower lobe, oblique fissure and horizontal fissure. Then the right lung is 700 grams weight, whereas the left lung is 600 grams weight, and the right lung is shorter and wider, and left lung is longer and narrower. Blood supply of lung. So lungs are supplied by for both the lung, the blood supply is bronchial arteries. For right side there is 1 bronchial artery, and for left side there is 2 bronchial arteries. So arterial supply for lung is bronchial arteries, 1 bronchial artery for right side, 2 bronchial arteries for left side. Then venous drainage of the lung. The greater part of the lung which is drained by pulmonary veins, the remaining part of the lung which is drained by bronchial veins. So that's about the external features of the lung.